What else? What are other expectations? You guys have sat through presentations before and you're like, oh my god, this is awful. Why was it awful? What don't you love? Tell us. Yes, ma'am.
I think we would all be candidates.
Candidness. I like it. I'm gonna put be honest. We trump that up. Okay.
You can do my spelling check though. Where you put the spell check button at the bottom.
Right.
And then everything is magically spelled correctly, just as it is on the computer.
I like it. What else do we have? So you just want us to be honest and explain things? Yes.
I'd say more conversation and just
Okay. And that comes from you all too. We need you to engage. I'm gonna use that time. What else do we have? Make you laugh. Great. I have a dancing monkey here that's just stretching. Hold on a second.
His name is Little.
Right. Well, anything else?
I have questions, but I was hoping to go over the sense of if we're undergoing change and renewal, where's the place to start over with norms? And what exactly would be good norms? Our core values, if there were laughter, would have pride, and those are not my favorite walls.
Right. I'm with you.
Thinking about something that's more tangible. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last minute. Anything else? I think this is a pretty good list. Yes, ma'am.
maybe like how to like go about confronting members that you feel aren't upholding morals and values.
Okay. I think these are some great expectations, and I think that we're ready to kind of jump right into some other content. Yeah. Here we go.
One of the key phrases that I like to use a lot is perception is reality. So we may not know those characters on Jersey Shore, but the persona that they put up, we take that as reality. True or false, appropriate or not, that doesn't matter. I think one of the other things that I like to think about is a lot of our parents or family members may not know our Greek letters. So I work for Delta Sigma Phi, but if my mom sees someone from Lambda Chi Alpha doing something inappropriately, is she going to know the difference between that? Yeah. So really, that's one of the key things I want you to walk away with. Perception is reality. So we may know that there's some good intent to something. However, if somebody perceives it in a different way, then that's the reality that we're living in. And so that's just a great launching out piece, something to really think about and something to challenge the rest of your members and brothers and sisters about is how do we make sure that we allow the audience, our general population, to perceive us in a positive way. And that's because we have to work hard and make sure that that's truly happening in everyday life. When Will and I were talking about being able to talk about our values and how we live them each day, we really started thinking about how do we make the decisions that we make. And so what we thought about was Kohlberg's moral development theory. And for those of you that want to go into higher education, get your master's, this is a theory that you'll talk about quite a bit. And so this is something that Will's talking about in his classes right now. And so I had to brush up a little bit because it's been a while since I've been in school. So what you'll have here at the bottom of the pyramid is where we start. When we are young adults, we start thinking about how do we avoid punishment. You remember when you were little and maybe you got threatened to get your hand smacked or didn't want to get in timeout. So that's when we're kids and we're learning about how do you make decisions so that you're not going to get spanked or you're not going to be put in timeout. Then we start making decisions on our self-interest. So that's when we're maturing, we're coming into middle school, we're starting to know about things that we like. We're going to make decisions based on how is that going to help me. And that's where we really start to grow and develop. So this is the first stage of moral development theory. For most of us, we have grown out of this stage and we have progressed to the second stage of moral development theory. So that good boy attitude. We may make decisions not because we think that they're the best decisions, but because that's the decision that other people, our friends, are making. We do it because we want to be that good person. Or maybe we want to have the image of the bad boy, different things like that. So that's really the second stage where we kind of start playing with that a little bit when you're in college, and especially when you're a freshman and sophomore, you're not quite sure what the rules are and what the social norms are. So you start developing and making decisions based on this category. And that's really where a lot of college students start out. And then we really start, and then we progress in the middle of college to law and order and morality. So what that means is we know the policies, we may know what FIPG says, but we're going to disregard them because we want to do this. And so it's understanding what's right and wrong and what's black and white, but then going and making the decision to either follow that or to not follow that. So that's really where we are as college students and where we're progressing and where you guys are kind of developing and making your decisions. And then our goal at the end is to really, when you graduate college, know the social contract and the principle. So you're making decisions based on your values and what you know is right and wrong. And a lot of times we find those gray areas because we may find a policy, maybe it's your national organization, maybe it's a campus policy, and you know what it says, but your personal values make you have a decision that's different. So that's how we progress as adults in making our decisions. And so we're just going to use that as our reference point for our discussion today. So we wanted to ask some questions about the decisions that we make as individuals, but also as Greek members. What are some of the images that come to mind when you think about your community Greek members?
Remember.
Could be positive, could be negative. What are some of the images that come to mind?
Be honest.
Yes.
As far as the journeys, really wild, just party.
Yeah, Carla.
This one guy who was at the center of everything. Go to missions and mandatory. Go to leadership academy 1 year presentation. He last year was the president of Greek Council and just he's every year you go this side and really we are very different and I've spoken that when we have weekends where first time students come visit, we have a portion of staying in Greek and we make it dry.
So I'm hearing you say is that the Greek members are very visible. So maybe it's one individual member, but sometimes it's a group. What are some other images that come to mind when we think about our communities?
Come on, y'all.
There are also a lot of creative people out there all about sticking with the status quo, but each of them coming out with new events, trying to get more and more people engaged, more Greek life.
So we've got some creative members. So people are judged by their actions, true or false? True. Whether those actions are positive and something that follow our ritual, and sometimes they're not. So we know that our actions, whether they're good or bad, really reflect who we are and what we believe in. There's one time I heard someone say something, and I really thought it was true and very applicable. Is our ritual can't be public because then we'd be expected to follow it and live it every day. And maybe sometimes that comment makes me mad because I think ritual is sacred, but sometimes I see what that person meant by that comment. And so we need to make sure that those actions, whether ours as individuals or the people that are our fraternal brothers and sisters, we have to be able to have those discussions with them. Do all of the actions of our community members meet our expectations and standards? How do you feel when someone acts out and doesn't display our values? How does that make you feel?
Frustrated.
Can I ask why?
Because we're all representing the same Greek community, so it puts other chapters in that way. Which is it can put the community in more.
So is it safe
Just
to
because
say,
of a few people.
so is it safe to say that you feel like you're constantly fighting what this animal house perception of frat-tastic life is?
Well, self-reflection is that, oh, sorry, you have a comment.
I go to a school where it's very traditionally all male military to begin with, so it's the Greek life is not even a good life. So it doesn't matter, even if we're doing something great, it's still a bad representation of Greek life. So any little thing that people do that's bad is way out of proportion.
What I will do now is a little self-reflection or some time to think, and we know that that's really important. And oftentimes we don't get a chance to do it because lives are crazy busy. So if you want to take a couple minutes, and I want you guys to write down what are your expectations for your fraternal brothers and sisters, our Greek community, because it's important for us to be able to state our personal expectations. So if you've got a scratch piece of paper, take some time and jot down your expectations. using Miyazaki, but okay.
Verbiage is changing. Jot it down or type it out, whatever you prefer. Thank you.